to another edition of Broomstick Oly. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to work on some snatch skill work and work on some squat development. So before we do that though, let's warm ourselves up a little bit. We're going to get ourselves into a nice wide grip on that PVC or broomstick. Our feet are going to be comfortably underneath the hips or slightly outside. And we're going to start with a nice little high pull. So we're just going to pull that bar to a nice high and outside position and come back down. We'll pull it again, high and outside and back down. One more time, high and outside, back down. This time we're going to pull the bar high and outside, turn it over into that overhead squat position, and then come back down. And we're going to pull, turn it over, and come back down. One more time, pull, turn it over, and then come behind the neck. From here, setting those ribs, let's press that bar overhead into a good overhead position, and then pull the bar back down. Press the bar up, and then pull back down. Press the bar up, and pull back down. Good. Feet are going to shimmy out to a squat stance, and we're just going to pull the hips back, keeping those toes on the floor. And we're going to stand up nice and tall, and rotate at the low rib. So nice and slow. We'll come back through center, rotate, come back through, draw the hips back, give that nice hinge, that good morning. We'll stand tall and rotate, come back through, rotate, come back through, and then draw the hips back. Nice good morning. Stand or tall, and last time, rotate through those hips, and rotate through that low rib, and come back to the center. Let's bring those feet back under the hips, toes can be slightly turned out, set those ribs and shoulders, wide grip shoulder press again. Press the bar up, come back down. For 2, come back down, and 3, and then come to the front. Nice. Let's work on positions, and we're going to work on warming up that overhead squat a little bit. So let's take the bar to mid-thigh. Feeling our weight through our midfoot, we're going to keep those toes slightly out. We're going to turn our palms forward. Opening up the chest and bicep. We're going to come back around, taking the bar to launch. Nice square position. Palms face forward. Take hold. Then we're going to lower the hips and shoulders together, bringing the bar just below the knee. From here, palms forward. We'll take hold, gripping that bar. We're going to push through those legs, pulling to the hip. Then we're going to push those legs some more, muscle snatching overhead. We're going to pull the bar down behind the neck. We're going to shimmy those feet out into our squat stance. Set those ribs and hips, take a big breath, and press down into that overhead squat with that good control. And then we're going to stand tall, pressing into that barbell. Our feet are going to come back under. We're going to bring the bar back to the hip. We're going to do it again. Let's take the bar to mid-thigh, feeling that midfoot balance. We'll turn those palms forward. We'll take hold, take the bar to launch, palms forward, take hold. From here, lowering those hips, those shoulders together, getting set. Now push through those legs, come up to the hip. Continue pushing through the legs, muscle snatch. We'll come down behind the neck. Shimmy those feet out to your squat stance. Set the ribs and shoulders, big breath. And press yourself down into that overhead squat. Nice and active through those shoulders. Good bottom position. And press and stand. We'll bring our feet back under. Come back down. Set in that position. Let's do it again. Let's take the bar to mid-thigh. Palms forward. Take hold. Take the bar to launch. Palms forward. Take hold. Shoulders and hips drop together. Feel that bottom position in your feet. Push through those legs to the hip. Push through those legs some more into that muscle position. Pull the bar down behind the neck. We'll shimmy the feet out to our squat stance. Nice and tall and tight. And press yourself down underneath of that bar. Nice overhead position. Standing tall. Feet come under. And we'll bring that bar back down. And relax for a second. Nice work. So we felt that overhead squat. We felt that overhead position now in a controlled, slow manner. So let's change that up a little bit. We're gonna move into our burner. We're gonna work through that down and finish, all right, into our high and outside muscle snatch. The first three movements are all gonna focus on that good leg drive and using that leg drive to get speed on the bar. We are going to use a 2-second dip just to maintain position through that dip positioning. All right, I'm gonna turn to the side for this one, so let's get ourselves set up. Feet are under the hips, toes slightly turned out, especially if you have rough ankles like myself. Nice and vertical through that shoulder, and we're gonna take ourselves down, 2, 1, big drive. Drive, good. Get set, 2, 1, big drive. Good, one more time, 2, 1, drive. Good. High and outside. We're going to build off that drive into that high and outside position. Nice and tight. 2, 1, hop. Good. Get set. 2, 1, drive. One more time. 2, 1, drive. Good. We're going to move into our muscle snatch now. So we're going to get that nice overhead position, but no rebend in the knees. Let's take it down. 2, 1, drive through those legs. Come back down with the bar. Get set. 2, 1, drive through those legs. Come back down. Last one. 2, 1, drive through those legs. Holding that bar in that overhead position. Let's get some 2, 4, 6-inch lands. Our power positions. Big press into the bar, big breath. Go. Stand tall. Feet come back under. A little deeper. Pressing to the bar still. Go. Stand. Feet come back under. Pressing into that bar. Go. Good. Stand. Feet come under. Full squat, full drop. Push into the bar. Go. Stand. Feet come back under. Keep pressing. Do it again. Go. Stand. Feet come back under. Pressing into that bar. Go. Stand. Feet come under. Bar comes to the shoulders. From here, our feet are under the hips. Bar's in that high back rack position with our nice wide snatch grip. Snatch, push, press. 2-second dip, drive overhead. 2, 1, hop. Come back down, get set. 2, 1, hop. Come back down, set. 2, 1, hop. Good. Separate those feet into your squat stance. Pressing into that bar, active. Overhead squat. Take it down, hip to heel. Try to stay as engaged on that bar as we can. Pushing into that bar the entire time. And squat. Keep pushing up into that bar. And stand. Last one. Pushing into that bar. And stand. Good. Feet come back under. Bar's going to come down into that back rack. So our feet are still in our squat stance. We're going to do my personal favorite, heaving snatch balance. So we're going to work with a nice dip, good drive. We're going to press ourselves under the bar quick and quietly, so the feet don't have to move. Get ready. 2, 1, hop down. Stand. Good. Bar comes to the shoulders. Set. 2, 1, hop down. Stand. Bar comes to the shoulders. Get set. 2, 1, hop down. Stand. Feet come under. Bar comes down. So from here, we're going to work on our snatch drop. So we're going to press ourselves aggressively under the bar. Our feet are starting in the hip width stance, so they do have to move. We have to find that good receiving position. Get set. Tight. Go. Stand. Feet come back under. Bar comes down. Set. Go. Stand. Feet come back under. Bar comes down. Last one. Set. Go. Stand. Feet come back under. Bar comes down. Good. Now we're going to bring it all together. We get a dip, we get a drive, and we get that overhead squat. Eyes straight ahead, set through the shoulders. Nice vertical dip. 2, 1, hop. Stand tall, pressing into that bar. Come back down, get set. 2, 1, hop. Stand. Feet come back under. Bar comes down. Last one. 2, 1, hop. Stand. feet, bar comes to the hip, and relax. Nice. Good job, you guys. All right, nicely done. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move into, now we've got some heat in us, we're gonna move into a drill we haven't done in a while. We're gonna work on that down and finish, high pull hold with the turnover, and then a high hang snatch. We're just gonna stick to the high hang position, again to build off that leg drive in that vertical torso position. So we're gonna do a couple reps of that, give you a chance to play, and just make sure everything feels pretty good. So again, as a quick little recap of this, because it's been a while, nice and tall. We get the first movement of the burner. We get the down, we get the finish. The next exercise, we get the down, we get the finish, or we get the high pull, and then you'll wait and I'll say, go! We'll turn it over into that nice timing drill. So again with the timing, as soon as our turnover happens, our arms lock out, our feet hit the ground. From there, we're gonna get a nice high hang snatch. We get that good vertical dip, drive, and stand. So that's what we're gonna play around with, moving through that phase. So the hard part sometimes is that balancing act in that high pull hold. Because again, we don't snatch that way, but it is a good indicator to see where you're driving through your foot. So if you're nice and balanced, that means you're driving straight up. If you're pulling and falling forward, good indicator you're probably driving forward with those legs, or if you're falling back, you're driving a little bit too far back or leaning too far back and losing your balance. So a few key things to kind of think about as we do this drill. Let's grab our PVC. Let's get ourselves ready. We're gonna get our feet underneath those hips. First thing, down and finish. Eyes straight ahead, nice and tight. 2, 1, drive through the legs. Good. High pull hold. 2, 1, push, go! Turn over. Good. Come back down. Now we bring it all together into a snatch. High hang snatch. 2, 1, hop! Stand. Feet come under. Bar comes down. Good. You can do that from the front, so you guys can see it from the front if you like. First rep, down and finish. 2, 1, push through those legs. High pull hold. 2, 1, high pull, go! Good, good turnover. Come down, get set. 2, 1, hop! Stand tall, feet come under, bar comes down. Good, we're gonna turn this way for our last set. Eyes straight ahead, nice and set position, weight through the midfoot, down and finish. 2, 1, push. Good. High pull hold. 2, 1, hop, go! Good turnover. Come back down. Get set. 2, 1, hop. Stand tall. Feet. Bar comes down. Nice. Very nice, you guys. Nicely done. Now, that's a great drill. If you'd like to scroll back, do that again, or a couple more reps or repetitions of that, please do so. You can do anywhere from like 5 to 7 sets of that. It's a great, great chance to work on timing, positioning, and that good leg drive. So really, really take the time to explore that, see where it takes you. Now what we're gonna do is just gonna introduce one final little sequence, if you'd like, a little complex you can play with. That's gonna work on a pull and a couple snatches. So we're gonna kind of landmark each position as we go down. So my feet are gonna be under the hips or just outside. We're gonna stand tall and take the bar to below the knee. That's our starting position today. We'll take the body down through mid-thigh, through launch, shoulders and hips lower together. Now feeling that bottom position, let's push through those legs and stand to the hip, maintaining that good position. Good. Now let's take the bar to launch. Set, through those feet, snatch. Stand tall, feet come under, bar comes down. Good, let's take that bar to mid-thigh. Little pause, feel those feet, snatch. Stand tall, feet come under, bar comes down. Good, now shake it out a little bit. I'll do that from the front so you guys can see. So nice and set, feet under those hips. We'll go through mid-thigh, launch, hips and shoulders drop together, floor position. Push through those feet to the hip. Let's take the bar to launch. Feel your feet, snatch. Stand tall, feet come under, bar comes down. Get set, take the bar to mid-thigh, knees go out a bit, snatch. Stand tall, feet come under, bar comes down. Good. And turn to the other side for our last rep. Nice and tall, we're going to go through those positions again. Through mid-thigh, through launch, everything comes down together. Set, push through those legs to the hip. Take it to launch, snatch. Stand tall, feet, bar comes down. To mid-thigh, snatch. Stand, feet, and the bar comes down. Nice, you guys. So if you guys would like to do that again, go through that a few more times, scroll back, take it with me and do it with me, or do it a couple more sets, really working on that feeling of the feet, that nice position work, and that nice leg drive that we've been building from the beginning of our session today together. All right? So for now, though, if you're going to continue on with me, I'm going to put this PVC pipe down. We're going to work on some squat work. So we're going to get our feet in our natural squat stance. We're going to take a nice smooth squat down, 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Little pause, and stand. Excellent. So I should give you an idea of how these squats feel today. We've done a lot of squatting, so hopefully they're a little bit more warmed up than they do when we're doing our jerk practice. But we're going to kind of take some time to wake these feet up. So let's start off with a little narrow squat stance with a hold. So this can be anywhere inside your natural squat stance. Doesn't have to be right together, but the knees will still track the toes. Let's set the glutes, set the ribs. Let's take it down, nice and smooth, focusing on our positioning, focusing on those knees, that flat foot contact. We're gonna hold for the 3, 2, we're gonna push through those legs. Good, let's do that again. Take it down, hip to heel, chest stays upright, nice and active, holding, feel those feet. Another 3, 2, push through those legs. Stand tall. One more time. Take it down, nice and tall through that torso. Weight through the midfoot, big toe stays down. Feel that positioning. Hold for the 3, 2, stand tall. Excellent. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to move right into that RDL. So I'm going to stay facing the side so you can see my hinge. We're going to take that toe, kick it up in that kickstand. Hips are square. Hold the imaginary dumbbell. We're going to draw the hip back into that nice hinge. Feel that position. Stand tall. Draw back. Everything moves as one from the hip crease to the top of the head. Stand tall. One more time. Draw back. And stand. Excellent. Take the foot, switch it out. Nice and square. Waking up that hip. Draw the hip back, feel that hamstring, stand tall. Good. Draw back, stand tall. Good. Draw back, and stand tall. Beautiful. Now we're going to go into our sumo stance for one good hold. So with the sumo, we're a little wider. We're going to hold this position for 10 seconds. So I want you to think about your good squat position, but pushing those knees out just a little bit more than normal so that those knees stay tracking the toes. Big toe stays down the entire time though. So let's take it down. Nice and smooth, pushing those knees out, feet are flat, keep holding for 10 seconds. Active through the chest, pushing out through those knees a little bit, staying strong, tall, strong, squeezing, pushing through the floor to stand tall. Whew. Let's bring our feet back into our natural squat stance. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and stand. Nice. All right, if you'd like to take that little sequence down a few more times, nice opportunity to work on the wide stance and a narrow stance, working on a few key different points of the movement on different ends of the spectrum of our squat stances. So thank you again, you guys, for joining me today for another chance to work on that snatch skill, those cool skills. That's what makes those lifts better. Just diving deep into that skill work with light, next to nothing load to make our bodies move the way we want them to move loads. You just have it and it takes over. So thank you again. This Thursday we'll come back at you with some overhead, some jerk practice and footwork work. But until then, have fun. Always, like always, work for quality, and we'll see you very soon. Bye, you guys.